This is breaking coming from the United States Supreme Court. Our good friend Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the court said this week, she's one of America's top civil rights attorneys, before, Carter appointed her to the federal bench in the 80s. And she spoke to the National Law Review Journal, and she said the following. She said there's a very residual, she basically said that America has some real racial problems. Yes, indeed, it is true. In her interview, she laid out just how much a court's outlook on race has changed since she was arguing, for women's equality cases in the 1970s, and really lays out how big of a racial problem we have in this country. And this interview, I guarantee you, is stemmed and connected closely to what's happening in Ferguson and, sort of what's happening largely as a nation. She goes on and talks about the Voting Rights Act and how we need to fix that. And I got to tell you, that's one thing we've got to fix. We've got to fix it right now. The Voting Rights Act has been one of the key ways for us to sort of equalize and leveling the playing field, because voting is the cornerstone of our democracy, right? And if you can't vote, then you lose out on our democracy. And if you're losing our democracy is worth less. And what she says is, when it has worked and it continues to work to stop discrimination charges, is like throwing away your umbrella in a rainstorm because you're not getting wet. When she just talks about the Voting Rights Act. And, I tell you, I love Ruth Bader Ginsburg like everybody else out there, but I think this is breaking coming from her because she is seen as a thought leader in the legal community, because she sat in the court for so many years. She's been the voice, the liberal lioness on the court, and also, to be honest, has been a voice of reason and a voice of balance on the court. Hearing her say that we have a real racial problem in this country, and it's affecting all angles and all corners of our society, including the decisions that are made by our Supreme Court, should cause pause amongst all Americans, whether you're black, white, orange, yellow, purple, blue, or green, and say maybe we really need to have a serious conversation about race in this country. It goes just beyond Ferguson or beyond Trayvon Martin or beyond being Stop While Black or immigration reform. It's beyond that. It's how we fix this how do we heal a nation that's been so wounded by race.